Hey everybody, this is Dr. Fred, and I'm doing a quick one here on Study, Grow, and Know. This is just a little quick brief summary of some of the idiots on the left and what they're saying. I want to read something to you from Stephen Colbert, who said this: if this is going to be a Christian nation that doesn't help the poor, well, either we've got to pretend that Jesus was just as selfish as we are, or we've got to acknowledge that He commanded us to love the poor and serve the needy without condition, and then admit that we just don't want to do it. And again, that's Stephen Colbert. Steve, you guys on the left really amaze me. You think that you know what it means to be a Christian. You think that you know what it means to serve the poor. Here's what Christians have been doing since this country was founded. Christians have been helping the poor independently of our government, Steve. We do not need our government to dictate to us, to tell us, to force us to help people that we may not even know anything about. There is so much waste in our government, Mr. Colbert. Why don't you talk about that? Why don't you talk about the reality of the fact that so much of my taxes go to things that I don't support, like abortion? This country kills about 3,800 babies, unborn babies. I guess that's just fetal tissue to you. 3,800 every day. And my taxes go to support that. But Christians, when we rail against abortion, when we say that it's wrong, we're shouted down. We're told that we're bigots. We're told that we're sexist because we don't want women to have control of their own bodies. Well, here's the reality. As far as the poor are concerned, Christians have been way ahead of the people on the left, where you sit from your little high and mighty, lofty position, Mr. Colbert. Christians have been far, far ahead of the left in helping the poor. There have been so many ministries and missions and soup kitchens that were begun by Christians in this nation and throughout the world that don't and never did or never will rely on any tax dollars at all. But you want, and the left wants, to take more of my hard-earned money so that you can waste it and then say that you're helping somebody along. I want to choose who I help, Steve. I want to know that the money I'm using is actually getting to the place where I want it to go. That's what I want, Steve. I don't want some lefty yahoo telling me that, oh, well, gee, if you're opposed to higher taxes so that those higher taxes will help the poor, then you're really a bigot and you're a hypocrite. You're not really a Christian. Doesn't cut it. Doesn't cut it, Colbert. Here's what cuts it: the government's hands off of my money, and me being allowed to spend my money where I want it to go. Me using my efforts, my energy to help the people that I want to help. Not just throwing money into a pot from my taxes and hope that more is actually spent doing good than is wasted in our government. You offend me, Colbert. You offend me because you think you know what it means to be a Christian. You have no clue. You have absolutely no clue. And I'm offended. I am offended. Your little quips and your little quotes, you really think that you are, aside from making headlines, making meaningful dialogue and conversation. Nope, you're not. Not even coming close. Keep trying, though. The left will laugh and applaud your efforts, but you really don't have a clue. And I hope one day you will wake up to the fact that you don't have a clue. Thanks.